But man, my main issue is the resource regen for sure. Like single time, like you see, if I'm fighting big packs, I get it back instantly, and I get way more Keck W procs. But when I'm fighting the boss, I can't get enough resource fast enough. But even still, like I almost feel, I won't say weaker, but which is interesting. I wonder if the vulnerability thing, I'm gonna try that next, because that might even be more so than the, if I can get the apply vuln, that might actually low-key help me get more of my procs that I'm trying to get, so I don't miss them, right? Because like when I get my procs, the way like my juice procs, right, it's just a matter of getting more of them, because I can hit for crazy damage, but it's just a matter of not wasting. See that? Like that was 2,000 something trillion. So it's just like the damage is there, it's just we got to get it more consistent. That's all it is. I will, like, honestly, the max life is kind of feeling better than Dex, even though I'm not playing overpower so far. But we'll see. Yeah, look at that. Jesus. Max life, dude. I think it's still a thing. I think it is broken with viscous shield. That's one piece. All I changed is I had a piece of gear with GA Dex on it, and now I switched the GA Dex for a non-GA max life, and it definitely feels like I'm hitting way harder. And that's just one piece. So imagine all your gear GA max life. No wonder, dude. No wonder why everything GA max life is just absolutely insane. I mean, we knew it for the overpower too, but, and people did say, and not only is it better for overpower, obviously, but a big viscous shield is one of the strongest, if not the strongest legendary node, and it looks like it's scaling way beyond 33 times with that, right? I mean, it feels like I'm hitting harder, more consistently. It really does. And that's all I literally changed from a GA Dex to a non-GA max life. That's it. That's the only difference right now. It's just it feels, granted, it could be mob type too, right? Maybe. Where's the damage with this guy? I don't even see him. Interesting. Yeah, definitely hitting harder. That's crazy so every bit of max life literally makes a difference if that's the case. Like every bit of max life makes a huge difference. I might get all GA, just literally GA max life, and that's my priority. Like single GA max life gear. Not even kidding. That might be the way. Over anything. Even a non-overpower build. Yeah, but you guys are playing overpower. I'm surprised. Like, I mean, like I said, if viscous shield is actually broken, it makes sense, but I didn't think I was gonna have to. But it's looking like, yeah. Looking like I'm gonna have to. I mean, look at this. Does it not look? It feels different. It feels way stronger to me. And that's all I changed was, and I even had a GA Dex piece that I took off for a non-GA max life, and it's like, it just feels so much stronger. That's one fucking piece. That's crazy. Like it does, doesn't it? It looks so much stronger. Yeah, Sooslayer and Sooslayer. Yeah, 100%. Crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. I mean, look at that. That just... I don't know. See on the boss, though. Look at that. Holy shit. When you guys push your 150s, does it matter what the boss is or not? Like, can you guys just kill with the quill stuff? Can you guys just literally kill any boss? I mean, that was night and day easier. I don't know if that's the boss. I don't know if that's boss related or... I don't know, you guys, but that was so much easier. I think this is a good time to go over the build and like where I'm at with it and what I think, because after that, again, all I did different in that run was switch out the gloves, right? I was testing between these gloves and these gloves. These ones are GA Dex and no max life. And the reason I'm trying this is because I'm not using Banished Lords, so I'm not an overpower build. So I wanted to test and see, okay, do I need to stack, like max life is going to be good no matter what, in, you know, to some capacity, even if you're not playing overpower, right? Just for the survivability, whatever. But from a pure damage scaling perspective, I wanted to test it because word on the street is in your Paragon, one of our strongest, if not the strongest, I think it's the strongest one we have. This legendary node, it looks like people are saying it scales, it's not scaling correctly. Like it has infinite scaling beyond, I don't know what, if it's like, I don't know what the life value would be then. Cause if you read it, it says 1% 1 times increased damage for each 3% of your max life, right? So in theory, it should only be 33 times. But it's definitely, it feels, man, I don't know. Again, it could be the mob type, could be the boss type. I don't know, but that felt significantly stronger. So I'm almost, I mean, I'm gonna have to test it more, but I almost would be led to believe that it's true that viscous heal for whatever reason is scaling base, like the higher your max life is, the more damage you get to do from it. I'm not sure from the mathematical, because again, the way it reads, I don't know where it's broken or bugged, but it definitely after that, I would say, yeah, I would agree. It looks to be that way. And this is a non-Banished Lord build, okay? So again, all I switched out was here. This has max life on it. This has GA Dex on it, right? That's really essentially the only thing. Obviously the tempers are a little bit different, but you know, not that, it wouldn't make that big of a difference, I wouldn't think. But the run I just did before this with the GA Dex, I mean, it felt actually pretty bad. Not gonna lie, like it didn't feel terrible, but yeah, once I put that back on and got that extra max life, I mean, it felt way better, just way better. I know I'm still trying to smooth out the primary resource restore stuff. I know some of the Quill boys are doing the lucky hit primary resource on gloves. I had it on 2 rings, which again, I'm still kind of testing that too, because if I don't need it per se, I don't know, I'm just experimenting a lot of different stuff with tempers and whatever with what I got. Granted, it's been difficult with the matte drought, but luckily there was just a hot fix with that, and it does seem to be better so far. But yeah, so hopefully we'll get to do a lot more testing and dialing in, especially considering, you know, this is not a Banished build. But anyways, so I would say that the max life from that, you know, I mean, that was the first comparison side by side, essentially. Granted, different mob types, different boss, but it did feel better initially. So again, we'll test it more, but yeah, I think that max life, even for a non-Banished build, seems to be the way, even over a GA Dex. That surprises me, but I mean, like I said, a viscous, right? That's how you say it, viscous shield. If that is actually bugged the way it is, I mean, makes sense. So, but anyways, so I'll break it down. I know people, I put out the that video on YouTube, and people on YouTube are wanting to see the actual build, me talk about it a little bit so that you guys can try it, hopefully perfect it even better, try to smooth things out and get it dialed in. But the damage is there. The damage is there. I'm trying to get it more consistent though. You can see, like, when it hits right, when the damage comes in hot, it's very strong, right? It's hitting for quadrillions. And I do have, so the last video, if you guys did watch that 8,182 trillion hit or whatever, that was, I actually had a little bit worse gear than I have now. I did get an upgrade. This was a big upgrade. I even talked about it in the video. I think I was talking about, oh, I could get +5 touch of death ranks on a helmet. So I believe I got rid of all resist. I think I had a helmet with all resist, but I did have a GA max life helmet, GA max life, GA all resist. But I went with, this is just what I could get for now, GA max resource, which does scale with Capella K. So I figured that's the next best thing aside from the max life. Honestly though, I don't know. I almost feel like max life would be even better than that after seeing what I saw. But anyway, so for now, this is awesome though, because it did roll. That's my first triple roll for the resolve stack. Super happy with that. Big upgrade. This is the same, you know, Shroud of False Death, triple max life would be the dream there. The gloves I just talked about, I'm trying different ones, trying to see how that feels. Again, the lucky hit primary resource restore. So far, I have another ring that actually has, so this ring has lucky hit restore primary resource, and my other ring I had the same, and it did, you know, lucky resource. And honestly, having the 2 rings feels pretty similar to having it here and on one ring. And the only reason I have it on one ring here is because I can't retemp. This is, the tempers are gone on this, and this ring is just too good compared to anything else I have. Honestly, the crit strike damage, if I could put the circle potency on it over the crit damage, I would. And you know, whatever. But that's, like I said, I'm trying out different combos of rings, tempers, whatever. Gonna try to get that dialed in a little bit better too. But in terms of the resource restore, like I said, I probably wouldn't even need it on the ring. You could essentially do it on 2 rings, or just do it on your gloves, whatever you want to do, by the looks of it. But yeah, so in terms of aspects, apprehension, that didn't change on the helmet. Fell suit, that's the shatter. They're calling it, is called the shatter aspect. Interdiction, of course, no brainer. On the pants, the pants are the same as last time. And ideally, again, it looks like GA Dex. Honestly, I'm not saying Dex is, there's no value in Dex, but man, it doesn't seem like, I don't know. I'm just really surprised. But this is what I got for now. But yeah, really, I'm almost considering getting GA max life, like single GA max life gear everywhere after seeing what I just saw, and see how that feels. Because double GA stuff is just ridiculously way too expensive right now. There's no way I'm going to get a full set of double GA gear by the looks of it, unfortunately. But maybe the single GA max life will be enough. But yeah, interdiction, obviously tried and true. That's a no-brainer. You have to have that. Really, any Spiritborn build. If you're not, that's just insane. Duelist for the extra stacks, of course. Again, these boots are kind of doo-doo. Just what I got for now. At least I got a double max life roll on there. This is the only other upgrade I've gotten since the video. Aside from, again, switching things out, they're pretty similar. Testing, this was a big upgrade, and this is a big upgrade. This, I I did do the triple core skill hit twice, and trying that with Touch of Death, I don't see how it could be a bad thing, but honestly, it didn't feel like it skyrocketed my damage per se. So I don't know. We'll have to see on that too. But for now, that was definitely an upgrade since, and this is an upgrade since. Amulet is essentially the same. Insatiable, that's a big part of where our damage comes from. I did try using Banished Lords and putting Insatiable, you know, getting rid of like the Plains Power tech just to try it. It felt terrible. The last time I tried it though, I didn't even have 275 vigor. So maybe, you know, I'll probably give that another chance yet too, now that my vigor's a lot higher. And a lot of the vigor came from actually the last time I played in my skill tree, because I was switching from Evade. I didn't realize Spiritual Entombment, your max vigor, I only had 1 point in that, and putting 2 points in that gives you a ton more vigor off the rip. So that, and then in combination with the GA, you know, helm and stuff, help get it up there pretty nicely. But yeah, anyway, so we'll still do some Banished Lord testing, but from what I've seen, it looks very bad. Plains Power, of course, for the Plains tech, execute tech type stuff. That again, I'm trying to do the Shatter tech with the Plains tech, right? Like it all synergizes, and honestly, I feel like there's something weird going on. I don't know if that's what it is, and that's why people are using the Felsu Slayer, but I don't know if it's in combination with Plains where like executes mobs. I don't know. It's interesting though. It's just, again, stuff is very buggy. It's very hard to test too and like get it truly dialed in when stuff is so buggy all over the place. But essentially all I'm doing is trying to take all the tech that's already out there and apply my own testing and make it work with Touch of Death, because again, Touch of Death is definitely different from most of the other builds that are utilizing Banished Lords and stuff. But it's looking possible to apply a lot of that overpowered, not literally, but you know what I mean? The crazy tech. So, but yeah. And then redirected force again, you have to have interdiction with redirected force is just absolutely insane. But yeah, and aside from that, I should also mention when it comes to the gear, so you see I don't have attack speed on my gloves. You don't necessarily, if you have GA attack speed on your amulet, your ring, and your or both rings, you technically only need 2 hits. Well, I got 2 hits on this ring alone, but technically I could add 1 hit here, 1 hit here, and that should be enough to get you to where you're wanting to be without Moonrise. If you have Moonrise, you know, you essentially don't, it would be a little different, but for what I'm doing, that gets me where I need to be. So just a little side note there. And then for the runes, it's the same, right? I'm using Pot Q and Tamzel. Not much has changed there. Jaguar, so I'm using double Jaguar at the moment, and again, I'm kind of testing between Jaguar Gorilla and double Jaguar. Honestly, they both feel good. I'm not really convinced on either way per se. I know you get a little bit more attack speed and stuff here. You get the 14 stacks, and you also get a little bit of crit damage through, you know, the furnace or whatever it is. But so yeah, I don't know. Right now it's double Jaguar. Mercenary hasn't changed, still running just on the left side all the way down, you know, for shield charge, provoke, and get the extra damage from Mocking Lure. And then for this, Bloodthirsty, of course, with attack speed. And yeah, for that, that's all that really is there. Skills, I did change this a little bit, tweaked it a little bit. Still just get these to get down. Here, I'm taking all of Vigorous in order to get my 100% resource gen. It helps me, you know, free up some of the resource gen tempers by doing that, and I'm still over 100%, so that's why I'm doing that for now. Bounce Exertion, of course. I only have 1 in Vortex. I don't know. It'd be nice to knock down. I'm gonna maybe try to finesse some points to get the measured Vortex, but as of right now, just using that for the grip. And then 3 Apex, and I am doing 3 Diminishment for the DR. Seems to help. Unrestrained, maxed out, and then Ravager, of course, with measured for the extra regen, resource regen, or vigor regen, I should say. And then, of course, that helps you dash to your targets to give you more mobility when you're trying to blast. Perseverance, no brainer there for all the resolve stacking. I only have 1 point in armor height at the moment. Again, more would be ideal, but for now, just what I'm doing to get as much as I can in terms of damage values to see how high I can push the damage. Yeah, and then counterattack for the 30 times close targets. Scourge with the life leech, 3 in resilient. That's the only tech I have not incorporated currently yet, and I'll probably try a piece. Is that I don't actually have any pieces of gear with resilient on it. Again, A, because of the mat shortage. B, I don't have the gear to do it. Stuff is just so expensive, but that's something I'll probably try to at least get 1 piece of resilient, see how that feels at some point. But yeah, as of right now, I don't even have a single piece of resilient. It's only the resolve stack where I can get it. And then I get vehemence, probably butchered that, but I'm getting that because your potency skills, if you look at touch of death, it's a potency skill, so that's a huge damage increase there. And I again currently ravenous, trying that out. It's a centipede skill as well, so I'm getting 10 times, but also 20 times to healthy, like starting out, trying to get them, you know, 1 shots. Seems to be pretty nice. I have 19 ranks of touch of death now. Yesterday I think it was only 12. Again, pretty good upgrades there. Of course, have the poised touch of death to make it a core, and then you get the max potent, max furnace, of course. And again, this was something I overlooked. Being an evade player, I did not realize spiritual attunement is just free vigor. So yeah, max there all the way through. 1 point in hunter to exalted, and then of course prodigy. So skill tree did change a little bit from last time, and the Paragon changed a lot. So again, I do have a guide actually built now. So this video, if you're watching on YouTube, as always, any of the stuff I put out, keep in mind, this is all, none of this is scripted. I know sometimes people in the comments are like, oh, you should have done this or we should have done that. I stream on Twitch. Twitch is my main thing. I just put these videos out to try to help, not just my stream community, but that, you know, you guys on YouTube as well. Hopefully it reaches people and helps people. I try to be as thorough as I can be of what, you know, I think or what I've experienced or whatever, and try to share little tidbits, not just go over like skill to skill. I try to explain things. And again, it's not scripted, so I don't know if at times I get repetitive or whatever, maybe I apologize for that, but I'm just trying to get across what I think could be helpful to people. And some of you guys will know some of the stuff I'm saying, some of you won't. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's just no scripts off the top of my head, just trying to help. So hopefully this does help. But so yeah, any guides that I share, if I put it on YouTube, just check the comments, and it'll have a direct link, and any updates I make or any changes that I feel are better, I'll keep up to date with that as well. But the Paragon I did redo, like I said, Colossal is still the same. Bane, the reason I'm doing that is for the poison damage for convergence, to help with the convergence, but also you have a 15% chance to deal double the amount of damage over the duration. So if you read Insatiable, you know, it does 450 times the damage it would have done. So based off of that damage over time. So it should be a massive scaler, right? That it should be, in theory. Maybe that's why when I had not very good gear, maybe that's that 8,182 trillion hit. Maybe that's why. Maybe it procced with that or something. I don't know, but obviously that damage is insane, right? And I do notice, like I said, I'm trying to make them big hits more consistent, and I'm getting quadrillions of damage, right? I'm seeing like 1,000 plus, anywhere, you know, from 1,000 to 8,000. I've seen more 8,000 hits. It's hard, like obviously with the screen so full, it's hard to see all the numbers and whatever. But I am consistently doing thousands of trillions, right? So quadrillions of damage consistently. It's just getting it, when it gets to the single target stuff, that's when it really starts to seem slow, right? So I'm trying to figure out how to iron that out or smooth that out, especially to pop the bosses a little bit quicker. That's kind of, if I can figure that part out, this build will be very, 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 very good. It is already good. It feels good. It's fun to play. Watching stuff literally explode is, because it's funny. Like if you watch, I'll pull in a pack. It looks like I'm doing no damage, and then all of a sudden everything dies, right? It's a very fun thing to play. I'm digging it. I like it. I just, again, wanted to play something a little different than what what everybody's, and I'm not knocking Quill, right? Quill is still the king, no question about it, but it's just something a little different. And I like messing around with things anyway. So like trying different things and trying to learn and understand what's happening. This, like I said, this has definitely been pretty hard to figure out though, in terms of like all the testing, because of the shortage of mats, but also because stuff is so bugged, dude. It's like, wow, there's a lot of bugs right now. But yeah, anyway, so Bane, the reason I got that, like I said, and that's on the revealing board. Then I go over into, I got Ritual for right now for the Mystic Circle tech, and that's in the Viscous Shield. I go down and put Spirit maxed out for as much crit damage as I can. This is in the Convergent board, and then I go up here into Sapping, and then I grab Hubris. And the reason I have Hubris right now is for the extra max resource. You get more value from it. It seems to be that extra resource you get. I want to say you get what, 6 more? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's 6 more, right? So it's 18 times crit damage just from Kepelepke alone. So essentially it leads to a little bit more value than the other one. I think that's why most people, you know, are doing that. But I still, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably still test it out, because again, my stuff is a little different. But this is essentially only my second day. I did make improvements over the weekend, but I haven't actually like done any more real testing until today. So really, this is only my second day testing. And after tuning based off that, Friday night or whatever, that last video I posted. So again, just got a lot of stuff, and I like to try and true everything as much as I can. Not that, like I said, I gain a lot of, just like everybody. It's cool that the community shares so much stuff, because you can learn so much faster as well, and then take everything everybody else is learning and sharing, and then apply it yourself and tune it and whatever. That's why I like the game as much as I do. The game is just being able to really tune stuff, try stuff, test stuff is, I think, one of the reasons I like the game as much as I do, even when it's like slow, But anyways, yeah, I think that's it, right? I got gear aspects, talks about what I'm trying with the gear at the moment, trying to smooth things out. Spirit Hall, mercenary, skills, Paragon. Did I miss anything? I don't think so. I think that's it. If I missed something, I apologize. Like I said, this is not scripted. Just all off the top of my head on stream right now. Oh, by the way, if you are on YouTube watching it, make sure to come kick it in the streams. That's where the most up-to-date information, I try to be as helpful as possible there too. And even in my Discord, like, I'll try to post stuff a little bit earlier. So yeah, twitch.tv/Merkadis. Come kick it, follow, hang out, chill. Good vibes, good times, good people. Yeah, appreciate y'all. Good luck. And like I said, hopefully if I dial this in more and I'm like, yep, this is it, we got it, boys, or like I clear a 150 or something crazy with it. I'm not expecting to, but if I could smooth it out, I think it's definitely potentially possible. If I can get the big hits more consistent, I do think, especially with better gear and better tempers, I don't see, it could definitely be possible. So if I achieve that, you'll probably see another video, right? Or wherever I, get to with it, we'll see. But anyways, like I said, good luck with it. Hopefully that helps. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Much love, y'all.